Hello everyone, and welcome to a new show I like to call Randy Prizzle Reviews. Obviously, we're going to review what happened on, the shows like SmackDown, Raw, or probably just main events and stuff like that. So, without obviously further ado, I know you realised Crown Jewel's on yesterday, so obviously I'm going to review that. So I'll show you a Bullet Club shirt. Well, it's not Bullet Club, but DOC, practically a take of the Bullet Club, down with the club and all that. So, got my gloves off for that. Too sweet to all of you out there who are Bullet Club fans. Too sweet. I'm not actually dressed like a Bullet Club member and an OC member. But, well, an old school, But let me just stop all the yaddy and talk and all that. We're obviously going to get to the reactions practically of what happened on yesterday's show, which obviously was Crown Jewel. Was a crazy show for me. So obviously this show is going to differ from the other show that I usually do, because I'm going to talk in a little bit more depth about, what happened on the card and what my take was of like some of the matches that happened. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So obviously on the kickoff show, we had Humberto Carrillo and a bunch of other guys that were in the Battle Royal to become the number one contender, obviously, for, AJ Styles Championship. Honestly, it's a 20-man over-the-top Battle Royal. It obviously was won by Humberto Carrillo. It was nice for him to win. For me, I feel like it's a good step up for him in terms of, like, where you want to go, because he's obviously a new up-and-comer and stuff, and you want to see up-and-comers generally get a chance to shine and stuff. And they've given him a real opportunity here. And, he had a big chance to win the United States Championship. Usually with me in these Battle Royal matches, they tend to be a bit of a cluster where there's just too much happening at once, and you just literally are there and you're trying to figure out which one you should watch generally, and that's what I found myself trying to do. I couldn't be like focused on just one person. I had to be focused on what everybody else was doing. So in general terms for me, it was what it was. It was obviously a Battle Royal. You just throw people over the top and you see what happens next, I guess. But apart from that, that's generally what it was. It was a Battle Royal. You throw people over the top. Who I probably would have predicted who would have won, I would have said him. I would have said like someone like Andrade. I would have said someone along them lines. But I guess it was cool that he won, gave him an opportunity. We've seen Humberto Carrillo now. He's a guy that's put himself out there. As I said, he's done amazing work in terms of his ring awareness and what he can do in the ring. He's a real talent. So it's nice that they put him over and gave him a real opportunity to face AJ. And we'll get into obviously that match very soon. What I obviously, thought about the match in general, just it's the usual cluster, not really something that I'm deeply into, unless if you're doing it like the AEW one did, where they brought them out like 4 or 5 at a time, then it's much more understandable. You don't get too much people, clustering around. It doesn't become too much of a, everybody crammed into one sort of thing. So that's what I thought they could have done better. But it was what it was. What I would rate that one out of 10, it's probably going to get about a 4 from me. Probably even less than that. But I'll stick with 4 for now. But that's what that one's going to get. It wasn't great, but at the same time, it was cool to see someone who's a young up-and-coming talent with. Sorry, I'm just wiping off my nose because, it's just, as I said, it's cold and I've got flu and stuff. So I'm a bit hazy and, voice is a bit weird. Hence why I'm wearing the gloves on, But, yeah. Anyways, let me stop waffling on and get straight into the next match, which is, obviously what happened, there wasn't a next match. What obviously happened on the kickoff show as well, because that match was on the kickoff show. The 24/7 Championship was also retained by R-Truth. And then R-Truth lost it again to Sunil Singh again. So it was a weird one, that one. But our 24/7 rules work. Wasn't really a match, so I can't really rate it. But in terms of what it was, I'm starting to get a bit annoyed by this whole what's this name thing that's going on. It's starting to become pretty stale to me. I would like them to invent more things to go with it, but it just keeps being the same old, and I'm starting to get bored. You know what I mean? So they need to step it up. So that's what they need to do for the 24/7 championship. But anyways, we're going to move on to the next one, which was the WWE Championship, which was strangely weird. That was being defended on the main show straight off. You had obviously Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez. This match literally ended in about close to 2 minutes. Crazy match. Just didn't think it was going to end that quickly. But in the terms of like where I wanted to see what more Cain Velasquez was going to bring to the table, and I was left a bit disappointed, to be honest, because I wanted to see what the hype was behind him. You know, I've never really watched him personally on UFC. So people say, oh, he was a 2-time champion there, great. But I've just never seen his work. So I wanted to see, and obviously I heard he was obviously wrestling now as well and doing some things in the ring. I didn't see that in this pay-per-view. They didn't really show me anything. They're showing doing the usual UFC stuff, which is kicks and punch and that. Was a bit disappointed that I couldn't see more of what he was going to do in the ring. But with the way it was going, I know Vince isn't generally happy with his body and how he looks and stuff. And Vince obviously, I think, wanted him to like trim up and look better and stuff. So I guess Vince wanted it to end fast. But I think the way it ended, obviously, is typical like Brock Lesnar beat. You're either going to get battered, bruised, and victim conquered and all that, or you're going to get a very fast ending. And that's what happened. We got a very fast ending. This was crazy that it ended that quick. But I think with Velasquez looked a bit slow and a bit sluggish. So in a way it was, maybe they weren't impressed with him in terms of his performance. Maybe they were watching him in the performance center and said, yeah, we need to do something about this and change this because this guy isn't going to last as long as we think he is. So maybe that was part of the plan, to just change it and make him lose that fast. But it was a weird one. Would have wanted to see more of a fight between these guys. But it was what it was. In the end, we got what we got. And fast finish. To be honest, I don't know really how to feel about it. I think I would have wanted to see more of what Velasquez was going to do, but on the other hand, I'm not disappointed it ended fast, because for me, you know, when you have Brock Lesnar in a match, Brock Lesnar doesn't tend to be the most exciting person to watch. So I think in the end, it was probably a bit justified that it ended quite fast. So, you know, but I would have liked to see what more Cain Velasquez could have brought to the table, but that's just me saying. So above all, the match, because it was a fast finish, because it was kind of unexpected, I'm going to give it about a 5.5. I wasn't really impressed, but didn't really care about the match, to be honest, but it was what it was. So that's what it's going to get for me. We'll move on to the next match, which was we got the OC versus Viking Raiders versus everybody else in this big tag team World Cup turmoil thing. Obviously ended up being won by the OC. My boys, you know, my boys won it, so I was pleased that they won it because, you know, I mean, they come a long way and they need to stay strong and look strong. So for me, it was great that they won it. If they didn't win it, I think, you know, I would have liked to see the New Day win. But, you know, New Day is a great tag team. But generally, it was what it was. Can't complain. It was nice that, I guess, the Viking Raiders didn't really win. I'm not overly properly sold on the Viking Raiders just yet. I think the whole screaming thing is a bit excessive, if you ask me. Just like, in someone's face. That could get really annoying after a while. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit like, yeah, okay, there's so much war you could do. It's like, no, just have peace now. Let's just have peace and quiet. That's all we want now. But in general terms, it was what it was. Wasn't really too excited for this tag team turmoil thing. Obviously, you know, I'm a Bobby Roode, you know, Dolph Ziggler man. Would have wanted them to obviously be up there to win. Nice that they won, I think, 2 matches in a row. Just would have liked to see a bit more from them. But it was what it was, and that's the picture you get from them. So, apart from everything, yeah, happy the OC won. But above all, wasn't really overly thoroughly interested with everything that went on. So, well, I'd rate that out of 10. I'm going to have to give that a 4. Just wasn't really impressed by it. It was quite to the point where it bored out, and it dragged out, and then it just took so long. And I started to lose a bit of interest in that match. So, yeah, it's going to get a 4 for me. We move on to the next match, which is obviously Mansoor taking on Cesaro. So, that match obviously was a big match for Mansoor, going back to his obviously home country to face off against the veteran, which is Cesaro. Good match. The match was very good from start to finish. Kept going, kept being entertaining. Mansoor surprised me in some of the stuff he could do, because I just thought he was just another Ali, to be honest. The way he looks like Ali and Seth combined. If you put them two together, he really does look like them, a generic sort of Ali and Seth Rollins. But you got to give it up to the guy, man. He performed there in front of his home crowd and delivered a nice looking moonsault and some great move sets he had. Would like to see obviously more what he has in the locker. I don't think that's the end of him, but we're just going to wait to see what else he has up his sleeve. But apart from me having bogey up my nose, but you know, but in general terms, just waiting to see what more Mansoor could bring to the table. But it was nice that he won in his home country. What does it really do for Cesaro? Nothing much, because I think Cesaro is kind of down in the dumps in terms of where Cesaro is on the ratings list. He's not rated as highly as people would want to, even though Corey Graves on his new podcast practically said Cesaro should be winning championships. I firmly agree with him, but it is what it is for Cesaro right now. I guess without Sheamus, they don't really have much plans for him. But I think, you know, you're losing a real talent here. He should probably go to somewhere like NXT or somewhere where he can really thrive. For me, I do see him being something of a worthy big-time champion, but they're just really not using Cesaro right. But it is what it is. That's what WWE does. Some people are going to shine and some people aren't. Unfortunately for Cesaro, he's not shining right now. But well done to Team Mansoor. He pulled off some great moves and he showcased what he can do. And yeah, overall, what I would rate the match, it was a very, very solid match. You know what I mean? I think one of the best matches of the night to me. So I'm going to give that one 8. I'm going to give that one an 8. Very, very good match. Just solid movesets by the two of them. They really showcased exactly what they can do. So going to give it an 8. So we'll move on to the next one, which was Tyson Fury versus Braun Strowman. This one, for me, ended disappointingly. Would have liked to see, as I said, what more Tyson Fury could have done in the ring in terms of wrestling wise, but it was what it was. We got what we got because Tyson is a boxer and he's not really a wrestler. But then I heard he's going to try and start doing mixed martial arts. What I heard from some sorts, maybe that's just someone talking waffle. We don't know. We'll wait and see. But in general terms, wasn't really overly hyped, enthusiasm by this one. Enthusiastic, I should say. Sorry, I've got my words a bit mixed up. But, you know, just generally wasn't happy, wasn't excited. Let's just wait to see what's going to happen next, you know. And it just was something that was just like, okay, yeah, I've seen it all, Braun Strowman, or all of that, running around the ring, barging him and stuff. But Tyson did a few moves that I was a bit surprised by. The drop kick was a nice touch. A few sort of movesets he was doing. I think he did botch one move where I think it was like he was trying to do some like turnover thing and he completely looked like he was wrong. So, but above all, we got to say it was what it was. What I would rate that out of 10 wasn't really the match I really enjoyed. The way it ended as well was a bit disappointing for me as well. Would have liked there to be a properly clear winner instead of like a knockout count thing. It was just daft. So, for me, it's going to get 4 out of 10. And we'll move on to the next match, which was... sorry, this phone. I'm trying to get it up. There we go. We got the 24/7... Well, it's not that wasn't defended. But they're just saying the same thing again. We move on to the next one, which isn't the 24/7. That wasn't a match, but this is going down as a match. It's a stupid thing. Okay, the United States Championship was on the line. Obviously, AJ Styles against Humberto Carrillo. Again, another good match. Just really surprised for me it ended quite quickly because I would have liked to see what more Humberto could have brought to the table. I've seen him obviously in his previous match with AJ on Raw. I think it was probably the better for me out of the two. But would have liked to see a bit more of what could have happened. In general terms, was what it was. Glad to see obviously my boy, AJ Styles, you could say the self-proclaimed leader of the OC, win that match. Too sweet it was, too sweet indeed. So, was happy that he retained. But I was left a bit disappointed. Wanted to see what more Humberto could have done at the Crown Jewel event. But it was what it was. Can't really complain, I guess. We got some action from him, and obviously he competed before in the 20-man over the top thing. So it had to be him, I guess, for a bit lackluster in terms of where it told a better story and it made it believable as like, oh, well, he's a bit, lethargic because of what happened earlier. Or, stamina's a bit low, whatever. Do you know what I mean? But glad to see my boy retain with a sweet, phenomenal forearm to the face. And yeah, it was a good retain. So congratulations to my man AJ. A good match, but I would have liked to see a bit more. I'm going to give that one a 6 out of 10 for that one. So we'll move on to the next one, which was a big one in terms of the women's revolution and in terms of like everywhere, especially around like the area of Saudi Arabia and stuff, where they've now allowed this to happen, which was a real big milestone. So it was obviously Natalya versus Lacey Evans. First of all, got to give it up to the two of them. Not for the match, but just for the general terms of like the importance of the situation, for being the first two to actually have a match at Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia. So you've got to give it up to them, and the fantastic show up from them too. Do you know what? It was actually the cleanest match these two have had, which is weird to say. I think they really have put in that practice because they didn't want to let the fans down and they didn't want to botch a lot of moves. And they rarely botched much moves, which was a big credit to them. So it was one of the best matches these two have had. I did watch it till the end. I don't usually skip a lot of women's matches. I rarely do that. Like some people out there. But, it was, what it was. Can't really say too much about it. But as I said, big step in the milestone for the women's revolution. Personally, obviously, I would have liked to see my G, Bayley, on the card, but it was what it was. She's my G now, by the way, because I used to obviously dislike Bayley with a passion, but since she's changed and done the heel turn, I love Bayley now. Bayley's my guy. Well, I wouldn't say my guy, but my person. She's my person, and I'm fully behind her. No, just want her to change her finisher. That Bayley to Bayley needs to go. Get rid of that. Delete that. Delete. Anyway, delete. Yeah, gonna stick on to the match. Just was, as I said, the best these two have had in terms of, I felt, general match. Again, for me, he's a bit lethargic and a bit slow, so I wasn't really into it, but I saw what they were doing and it was a lot cleaner for these two. So I'm going to give them, as I said, big congratulations to them for being the first women to do it. I think just for the event as a whole, for the fact that this was a big step in milestone, I'm going to give it a 6. But it wasn't really in terms of, it was the best match they had, so I would have given it a 5 generally. But but because of the milestone and everything, actually I was 6.5. 6.5. The nostalgia feel of it was good. So yeah. We got the next match, which was Team Hogan versus Team Flair. So Team Hogan's match consists obviously of Roman Reigns, Rusev, Ricochet, Ali, and Shorty G, which I'm not going to keep calling Shorty G. I'm just going to call him Chad Gable. disrespect to him. But in general terms, he's the idiot that went through with this. So, you got to say, what a fool. If to allow them to say, yeah, Shorty G's a great name, just call you Shorty G, idiot. Do you know what I mean? You should have said no. You should have said, no, I'm not going to be called no Shorty G. You take your shorty and stick it where the sun don't shine. You know what I mean? Well, this is what happens. Some people get sucked into this world of wrestling and feel that they have to change. And that's what he felt like he had to do. He shouldn't have done it. He should have just stuck with Chad Gable and continued moving. But whatever. At the end of the day, this is his mess. He's going to find himself probably relegated down the card soon. And he's going to still be known as Sean G. Fail. But anyways, whatever. They faced obviously Team Flair, which consisted of Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, King Corbin, Bobby Lashley, and Shinsuke Nakamura. You could see obviously the team that Team Flair had, you would say, would have walked this match. You know what I mean? The stars that they had on this match, for me, was a lot bigger in terms of the stars I thought they had on Team Hogan's. It was just crazy to know that, for me, that they didn't pull through with a win. I was shocked by that because I would have preferred to see that happen. They've got the more stronger team. They've got the more stronger lineup. How are they not winning this match? To me, that's just a bit crazy. I know obviously you've got people like Ali and Ricochet and your team, but then you've got people like Shorty G and obviously Rusev's a bit emotional right now. So it's a little bit of a, I just felt Randy Orton's team was a bit more better than the team with Roman Reigns in it. But when you have Roman Reigns in your team, everybody's over. And that's the case. Was a bit annoyed to see that because I would have wanted him to lose the match. I'd obviously, I'm not a Roman Reigns guy. I've said it to the point where I'm not going to boo him, but at the same time, I'm not going to cheer him either. I still think he's a bit lackluster in the ring in what I would prefer to see from talent. But it was what it was. He is what he is. And unless he starts to be super cruiserweight down the line, then I don't think I'll ever get into Roman Reigns. So, but I think maybe in the times of if he does, maybe does a heel turn, maybe things may change between me and his relationship. Generally, I might start believing in his hype, but right now I don't believe in it. I just feel it's just a false case of hope. So, but whatever. In general terms of the match, just wasn't really. It was a bit cluster. It was just all over the place. Just too much things happening at once at times. But some great spots. Obviously, Ricochet and Ali coming through in them great spots. But for me, as I said, I would have preferred Randy Orton's team to win. I like the fact that they came with the heart, desire. You had people like Bobby Lashley, King Corbin, even though I don't like King Corbin, Drew McIntyre, all these guys in your team. And these guys are not winning the match. Shinsuke Nakamura. I mean, come on. I think for me, it's the biggest card they didn't win. But it was what it was, so out of 10, what would I rate this match? 5. I think it's going to get that for me, 5.5. Just couldn't really get into it. It just was a bit too much. It didn't really have a proper. I think, if anything, who stole the show mostly, obviously Ricochet. His great outfit, by the way, it's fantastic to come dressed as Super Ricochet, and people like Shinsuke, Ali as well. People say, well, you're complaining that they have this, but then you're saying that they should have lost the match. I just generally felt the star power was more Randy's team. It was weird that they didn't win that one, but whatever. And we move to the next match, which was the big one. It was the chance to right a wrong in general terms of how it all went before, which was absolutely horrible. If you do remember the pay-per-view of the last, which was forgettable in general terms. It was obviously Hell in a Cell, was bad. Man, it started off weird. Obviously, you got Bray Wyatt, The Fiend, against Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship. But it was starting off weird. As usual, very slow, lethargic build. And I was getting to the point thinking, oh my god, this could be as bad as the Hell in a Cell one. But to be honest, I think they came on the block. They did a few moves. I wasn't really hype about this match. If I'm going to be totally honest about you, I wasn't really caring because I know how they messed up during the Hell in a Cell one, and it was bad. It was awful. So they needed to rewrite this one, and I felt they righted it with the winner. But the match in general was a bit. It just was still against just the whole stomp thing, and then it took him how many stomps to try and put him away, and then I know it killed the whole basis of the stomp because the stomp's supposed to be Seth's most powerful finisher. It just now looks weak. But I wouldn't have it any other way. You had to have the Fiend look strong, but he just looked super over strong, to the point where it was just OTT for the Fiend. I would have liked to have seen a much more back and forth action between these two in terms of they were both fighting each other properly. I just felt it was, again, very slow, very lethargic, very much to the much, but it was what it was. In general terms, Fiend came through, Fiend did what Fiend did, and he ended up winning the match. So it's crazy, but it was what it was. In general terms, wasn't really excited, but Fiend went and he kicked his A double snakes, some people would say. So it's obviously on this YouTube thing, can't really go in and use the curse words. Obviously, it might get kicked off, so just trying to be really cautious there. Obviously, blocking the logo out too. So, but was overall pleased with the winner because he needed to win the title. As I said, not really keen on the Universal Championship in the first place, but it was just fair that it had what it had. It did what it did. So yeah, nice he won, but the match sucked as far as I was concerned. Just didn't have that much emphasis, didn't have that much feeling, that much grit and determination behind it. It lacked a lot of substance. So yeah, but in terms of the person winning, it was a great result for him. Happy he won, because now I wanted to see what they're going to do with the Fiend going forward, because how are they going to make him continuously be strong in a place where he could be predominantly looking weak? I mean, someone's obviously going to have to defeat down the line. The question is who. Obviously, I hope that he has a long, lengthy run, because it makes him more believable. But then the terms of how are they going to really tell the story? Can they really, make it to a point where it's not going to look like it sucks to everyone else? So hopefully they can make it look right, but make it look right in a sense where this just doesn't look bad, you know what I mean? And they don't give him a run where it's very short, where it's going to look like there was no point of him winning the title in the first place, and then they completely kill his character. So, above all, as I said, the match sucked. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, I wasn't really into it. The whole red thing as well, why do you have these red lights? Just put them normally. Do you know what I mean? Just, it's stupid. It started to become irritating. Just delete that. Get rid of that. That's another thing that needs to get deleted. Delete. So that needs to be deleted. But in general terms, as I said, I'm really happy with Bray winning. But it's just to see what they do with him going forward. But in terms of all, what would I give that out of 10? 6. I'm just happy with the winner. the match didn't really do anything more for me, but it was what it was. So yeah, and that's it. We've obviously come to the end of Randy Prizzle Reacts, because obviously it's a reaction show. I was about to say predicts, but it's not a prediction show. That would have been awkward. But yeah, just wait obviously to see what happens next. Obviously, keep looking out for the channel. Gonna have more stuff coming. Hopefully soon. Gonna try to predict Guilty Gear. Did I say Guilty Gear? Oh my word. Full Gear. Why did I call it Guilty Gear? Okay, well, whatever. But Full Gear. Gonna try and predict that. Should be coming very soon, hopefully. If not, maybe coming on the podcast. Check that out as well. Claire Point Podcast, which is available on SoundCloud, which is also available on Anchor.fm. Just type up Randy Freddy Prizzle on SoundCloud, or just type it up in your Google searches, and it should come up, and you should be able to find it. So, thank you all again for tuning in to this episode of. Obviously follow my guys as well, the ESGR team. Follow Robert Chaos as well on his channel, ESGR Chaos, for all the wrestling latest he does as well. Episodes Take It to the Table are there as well, with Mr. Rhymes. Latest one he did on the WWE 2K20, his reaction to that, playing the game with Mr. Rhymes. And also, more content on there for you to check out in terms of his new thing, which is the Beat Room. So check that out as well on his channel, which is ESGR Chaos. And and that's been it for me. Thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of Randy Prizzle Reacts, the new show here on Randy Prizzle. Thank you again for watching this video. Again, subscribe, comment, like, share, all of that, and tell your friends all about it. Or you don't have to. So keep your comments below, or you keep it to yourself. And thank you. Too sweet. Have a good one.